After all your expenses are paid for, you will get extra money a month towards your pocket.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Gianna.
I'm Len.
And today we're going to be talking about ways that you guys can make money in 2020.
The biggest thing you want to do for yourself is set a goal. Set where you want to be. If you want to go buy a house at the end of the year, write it down. It never hurts to write things down. If you write things down, you're more likely to succeed. Most entrepreneurs write things down.
The first topic we're going to be talking about today are fix and flips.
So you guys can either look at houses that are more expensive, or you guys can look at houses that are really cheap.
So with fix and flips, a lot of the times you can find a house that is $50,000 or maybe a little bit more than that. Some can get a little bit more expensive, but a lot of the times the average number is around 50 grand.
Depending on where and what you're looking for.
So say if you buy a house for 50 grand and it needs the bathrooms redone and the kitchen redone and maybe some new floors. And depending on how big that house is, it will depend on how much money you're going to put into it.
The prices are going to vary from each state and where you're at, and depending on the neighborhoods. Talk to your local real estate agents.
And before doing a fix and flip, make sure you don't go into it blindly. Definitely do your research and talk to mortgage brokers, real estate agents, and people that have done house flipping before.
You always don't want to rely on one way of doing it. So if you're going to go into a fix and flip, and if the housing market crashes or something doesn't work out to do a fix and flip, have a backup plan. Rent it out. Find another way to make that work before you go into it.
And that brings us to our next topic, is fixing and renting instead of flipping.
So fixing and renting is also known as the BRRRR strategy. So the BRRRR strategy stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat. So basically, you're going to buy a house. Say you buy the house for $50,000. You put $45,000 into it. That's $95,000 that you have total in this house. This house is perfect. Everything's replaced, hot water heaters, all that stuff's replaced. Then you don't have to worry about that later down the road. So after you do that, you rent it out. You find out how much it would rent for, and you rent it out and put it through Zillow, Redfin, one of the listing agencies. After you rent it out, you refinance the house. That way you can pull all that money that you put into it back out. Once you refinance, you will have all that money to reinvest into another house.
And if you continue that process and you keep renting out your houses and you refinance it and keep taking that money and rolling it back into other homes, you will start to gain positive cash flow.
After all your expenses are paid for, you will get extra money a month towards your pocket. Cash flow is determined after all your expenses are paid. Once all your expenses are paid, that is the sum of the money that's left that you get after everything's paid.
And that's positive cash flow from your renters. So the third strategy we have for you guys today to make money in 2020 is called wholesaling. So wholesaling is a little bit different than full-on buying a home. It's a little bit easier for somebody that has maybe a little bit less money than somebody that's ready to buy a house. So usually when somebody wholesales a home, it's because the people that are living in that home are in not so good of a situation. A lot of people that are getting divorced, they want out of their houses, or somebody that's sick, or somebody that just had a death in the family, they just want out of the house, and they will get whatever, they'll take whatever they can get for that home, so they'll sell it to you at a lower price than it's actually worth. So say if somebody is willing to sell you their home for $100,000, but it's actually worth $150,000. After you buy the home for $100,000 and you find somebody else to buy the home from you for $150,000, you get the difference. So you would take the $50,000 and that would be your profit.
So when wholesaling, what you'll do is you'll make up a contract with the seller. So if someone says they want to sell you their house for, let's say, $100,000 and it's worth $150,000, so you make up a contract and it's good for 30 days. Their word saying they won't sell to anyone else and they'll sell to you for $100,000. Then what you do is you make that contract and talk to your local lawyers and talk to your local real estate lawyer to make sure you get the right kind of contract for it. But
there has to be a certain agreement clause in that contract in order for the deal to actually go through.
so once you have the contract made and signed with the seller, then you'll take that contract, you'll take photos of the house, and you'll market it online for $150,000. After you have the contract and you post the house up for sale for $150,000, once you find a buyer, you'll take the contract to settlement and you'll get the difference of what the new buyer is paying for the house.
Which in this case, it would be $50,000. Now, some people like to find their buyer before they even sign a contract or find a home. And they'll talk to the buyer about their needs and what they want in their home. So they'll go find a specific home for that buyer so they know they definitely have somebody to buy that house. So the next way to make money in 2020 is called house hacking.
So house hacking is basically you take one bedroom or one room in your house and you rent that out.
A lot of people will choose comfort over house hacking just because it's a little bit uncomfortable to have people that you don't know living in your home. But there are people that will actually sleep and live in their living room and rent out all of the other rooms in their home just to get rent from every single room that they possibly can. And that's how they're getting positive cash flow. And they can also use that money to invest in a home.
When you're renting out the rooms and doing all that, not only do you have positive cash flow, but you have your biggest expense paid for. Most people's expenses in 2020 are going to be their housing expense. No matter where you are, the housing is usually one of the largest costs of your expenses.
Another way to make money in 2020 is by using Airbnb.
So Airbnb has two different options. You have experiences where you can host an actual experience to an activity, to how to do something.
Whatever it is that your niche might be.
Another way you can make money on Airbnb is renting out the rooms. Like we were saying, it's another platform where you can do that. Or, especially with people that live in vacation spots around the world, you can make a lot of money renting out a room or your whole house. So, wherever you go, depending on your vacation spot, check out a local Airbnb in that spot to see what you could possibly get instead of a hotel.
We've stayed at a couple Airbnbs and we like them way better than hotels. They're clean, they're nice, they're neat. Of course, you have to do your research and just make sure the area is good and everything, and yeah.
So another way I like to make money in 2020 is with Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace offers a variety of different options, different buying and selling features.
So Facebook Marketplace allows you to actually sell your own items and also buy from other people as well. So that's all we have for you guys today. Thanks for watching our video. Be sure to leave a comment down below letting us know what kind of videos you guys want to see next. Be sure to give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to become a part of the Brown Squad. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
So wait. I don't know.
No.
Wait, there's more.